Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. We're just going to do a quick live, some hot topics, trending topics. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like the video as you guys come in. Please subscribe to the page as you guys come in. We're going to talk about what's going on with Trump. A lot of different news that's going out. We're just going to cover some stuff. But thanks for being here. Like, comment, and share. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday morning. I am. About to get my day started very, very soon, but I had to, of course, go live and bring you guys some information, and we're going to talk about a few different things, but like the video as you guys come in. Let me go ahead, get into my disclaimer, there she is. Good morning. I was starting to get concerned. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Where my girl at? Where my girl at? All is well with the family. I'm praying all is well with the family. Where my girl at? I just felt empty. I just felt empty. Some of the back and forth with others. Oh, okay. I'm hoping you're feeling better. Yep, I remember that was coming too. But I'm glad you're okay. I was like, woo! Where my girl at? Some of the conversations back and forth with others was okay, but it was like, it's nothing like me and Paris, because we go back and forth. And remember how that day, everybody's like, what is going on with this lady's life? Remember how that day we were talking about him getting into rehab? And it's kind of like, shouldn't he already be in rehab? And I was thinking of you because we had said that, remember how we were listening to that interview of his friend, and then it came out that he's in a rehab program. And then I had said, we're talking Diddy, you guys, sorry. Remember how I had said that his friend did a really great interview, but then like last week or this week, it came out that he's finally in a program. And it might also be because he probably delayed it because of trying to focus on the trial. Maybe that was it too. But yeah, he's finally in some kind of program, girl. We had talked about that. And maybe he had heard that his friend had said when he gets out, we'll focus on the program. No, the diddler should have already been focused on the program. So we're going to talk Trump. We're going to talk Shannon Sharpe allegedly. Some are saying he settled. Some are saying it's dismissed. Many of us think he settled. If he had already offered the young lady $10 million, then Shannon probably settled. But we're going to talk Trump. We're going to get that out the way. There's a lot going on, a lot of conversations going on. But allow me a moment to get in. I'm well. Life is good. Life is good. Okay, so let me go ahead and do my disclaimer. I'm so funny. I started the live, did the picture, and it's like, should I really go live or should I go to the beach? I am so funny. I don't often do that. Like, I start the live. I want to start the live. Today, I was almost like, should I go live or should I hurry up and get to the beach so I can get a good seat? But I was like, no, go ahead. The picture's already up. People are probably waiting on you. And then, you know me too, Paris. I always have to do certain things before I go live. And then I was like, okay, you got to go do that too. Go ahead and do that. Let's see how you feel after you do all that. I am funny over here. Okay. So I am something else. Yeah. Because then I wouldn't have probably talked to you again. So I'm kind of glad I did go live. Everybody's like, who is she talking to? Okay, let me do my disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Good morning, everyone. We're going to talk Trump a little bit. We're going to talk Shannon Sharpe a little bit. Shields wants to fight Layla And allegedly she got the money together, y'all, and she's ready to go. But I don't know if Layla, we'll see what Layla does. And we'll get into that, because Layla had said if someone comes up with 15 million, 20 million, then it's a conversation. So we're going to talk a few different things. So that's where we at. So let's get to Trump. Many people are like, this is a huge distraction with everything that's going on with the diddler, everything that, and then they're the ones that said they have the list and they're going to release stuff. So that's interesting that they're saying there is no list. And see, I'm wondering, is it just me? If he's a part of all this, can somebody impeach? I'm just wondering. Y'all know me. Yeah, keep it clean in the comments. Is it me? If there's a concern with him, could he be impeached? I mean, that's just something, my mind thinks different. It's a concern when you mess with children. And we got to, keep it real clean about it. But when we hear about everything that Epstein did, if there's a concern, couldn't this make impeachment? Or is it just, and is he not wanting all that to come out? Because I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all? Take a step back. I told y'all 2 weeks ago, a week before that, and I told y'all about 4 or 5 months ago, I was watching somebody that talked about the flight logs. Did y'all see the Elon Musk post where he was talking about just pull up the flight logs? I told y'all. Because that would show everybody that got on the flight, whether adult, child, the flight logs would show a lot too. So there's that. Me and Elon, not always on the same page. We was on the same page. When I was chilling and I saw somebody talk about Elon Musk post, go check it out. Most recent post within the last 2 or 3 days, he talked about the flight logs. It would show a lot of people that traveled. It would show people that was on those flights and to and from. So when I listened to someone about 5 or 6 months ago, they were showing that certain people would go to that location and then maybe they would exit not with Epstein, So yeah, I sat and listened for almost 2 hours about this flight log stuff. And I was like, wow, that person, wow, that person too. So that was interesting. And I'm wondering how that person got the flight logs 8 months ago. So that's something that may need to be possibly released, in my opinion. And then people can kind of go from that. So let's see. Hold on one second. Let me get this set up. Like the videos, you guys come in. Paris, we are less than, let me see, less than 30 from 40K. We're almost at 40K, y'all. So please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe. We are less than 30 away from 40K. So please subscribe, please subscribe.
Try and make this story go away, including Donald Trump is doing everything he can to try and make this story go away, including bullying media outlets into silence in a way that should alarm everyone. However, the more Donald Trump tries to bury the story, the bigger it seems to become.
Yes.
Joining me now to break it all down is senior MSNBC reporter Brady Zadrozny and former U.S. Attorney and former Assistant Deputy Attorney General Harry Litman. Harry, let me start with you. What do you make of Donald Trump suing Rupert Murdoch and the Wall Street Journal, two stalwarts of the right? How is this going to go for him with his base and with the conservative movement?
It seems to me the single stupidest thing that he could have done, Melissa, and I don't understand where he thinks it's headed. First, as you say, it guarantees that every filing is another news cycle that brings it up. But second, he's now drawn a line. He could have tried strategically to distance himself from Epstein, as others have done. Say we had a break in 2004. Instead, he's made it all about, is this notebook fake? And I'm sorry, anyone with any sophistication and knows how the Wall Street Journals work, that's going to lose. That's just a stone cold loser. And it just means he doubles down. At the end of the day, the notebook comes out and makes it more likely it's going to, not to mention the deposition in the case. So it's a wretched idea for him, not the first time, but it's just it can only, if he stays with it, he's in quicksand deeper and deeper. The truth will out. Remember, the truth is a defense here, and he's going to have the burden of showing that it's false. You read that Wall Street Journal article. There's no doubt they have it buttoned down 6 ways of precisely what's there, and they've seen it. They anticipated this, and they're ready for war.
Wow.
Brandy, Harry is exactly right. The standard to establish defamation is incredibly high, but yet Donald Trump has actually prevailed in getting a lot of media outlets to capitulate, to settle even before these cases go to trial. Is that the strategy here? Well, it definitely seems that way. At least that's the way that he's presenting it. And his Truth Social post, he ticked off a list of the cases that he has come on the right side of. He said, I've sued ABC, I've sued CBS, I've sued the Pulitzers, and I will sue, Wall Street Journal, and I am here for you. And so it's really important in terms of media manipulation. I think Trump's being pretty savvy here. He had a really, really big problem with the MAGA Epstein files and the way that was handled. You saw the things at Turning Points. I watch a lot of this. I know, we make you watch a lot of this stuff. My apologies. It is my pleasure, truly. But so I watched a lot of this media, and people were so angry in a way that I had never seen covering this for, over 10 years now. And so what do you do with that? And I talked to a couple MAGA influencers last night, but they told me very specifically that what this was a change in the narrative. And when you think about the really animating narratives for this MAGA base, one is this anti-pedophilia, Trump's going to do all this. Another one is enemy of the people. Yeah. And framing this, putting this on blast and making this like a talking point all day, it really has changed the conversation for the MAGA influencers, but not for the MAGA true believers. I'm on those sites as well. And for those sites, there's still a hefty group of people who take the Wall Street Journal at face value. Yeah. I mean, they're delusional sometimes, but they're not stupid. They see what that is. This is a core outlet of the right. I mean, it's not CBS, it's not ABC, and yet this is...
Huge distraction. Does my page not talk about distractions? We often talk about distractions. Just release it. People are not going to let up. They want the information, and they should be able to get the information. Please subscribe, you guys. We're 30 people away from 40K. We're 40 people away from 40K. Please subscribe and please hit the like button. And thank you.
This is the hill he's going to die on this story. Taking on Rupert Murdoch, is this going to end the way it ended with CBS and ABC? Well, I used to work for Fox News, and I know, another segment. But, this is not, Wall Street Journal is not Fox News. Right. The Wall Street Journal is Rupert Murdoch's crown jewel in his empire. And so I think it's very unlikely, their editor-in-chief, Emma, she was the one who stood by this reporting. So I just don't see this happening in the same way. Like you said, they were really ready for it. They had his denial. They know what he said. And so now he kind of had to put up or shut up. And this is what he's doing. I don't know how it's going to play out, though. All right, Harry, I want to pivot for a minute and talk a little bit about the motion that the Trump DOJ made today in a district court to release the grand jury materials related to both the Epstein and Maxwell indictments. And I just want our viewers to understand, not all of the information that is amassed in a criminal investigation is actually presented to the grand jury, which means that even if the grand jury materials are released by the district court, and that's a very big if, it's not going to be the release of the Epstein files, like the whole file that MAGA has been demanding. Will his base understand that, and will they be appeased by whatever limited information is released, if any information is released?
I think they will understand that, and they will not be appeased, Melissa. First, as you say, it's unclear. It's up to the court whether to even do it. The reasons that the department gave just aren't part of the rules for when you release grand jury. But the far more important point, you look at the indictments and what they were proving in the case, they had nothing to do, not just with Donald Trump, but any of the sort of customers. They were all about Epstein and the people who were helping him, like Ghislaine Maxwell, and the underage girls. They don't figure in, to prove the crime that they had to prove, there just had to be a knowledge that some commercial transaction would take place. Even all the sex in the indictment with Epstein. So I think it's a total red herring. There's basically no chance that what they have there is the sort of thing that MAGA is clamoring for.
So Brandy, this motion seems to be an effort to distract the base a little bit. Are they likely to be distracted? Are they going to know that this isn't what they want? These are not the drones they're looking for. Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, I think that this group is very, very animated by this thing right now. And what really happened was that memo that came out that said there's nothing to see here. There's no client list. They didn't do it. Nobody else did anything wrong. And case closed. There's nothing else coming out. That incensed this group so much that now they're out for blood and they want every single thing. It doesn't help that also Democrats want every single thing now, too. You have this weird moment of synchronicity. Like partisanship. I know. Is this what can bring us all together? I don't know. But it's just a really, really interesting time. But no, I don't. There's no satisfying a group of conspiracy theorists, especially. I think the only thing that they could have possibly done is drawn this out for the entire length of Trump's presidency. If they had just said, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. We've seen what happened with QAnon, right? Been promised a judgment day since 2016 that never really came. You could have done that. But that was just a break in the dam that now they better produce something and something good if they're going to want to appease these people. All right, it's put up or shut up time. All right, Harry Littman, Brandy Zadrozny, thank you.
So will they release more? And then remember how, wasn't he saying, well, he said something about, well, if he feel that she can release whatever she wants to release, if if she feels it's valid. But I thought y'all said that there's nothing to release. Like the video, fair use reaction clip. People are mad about them not releasing. People are more mad about that than some of these other bills that's being passed. Because whoever has done something, they should be outed.
Jones and its owner, media mogul President Trump has filed what he calls a powerhouse lawsuit over the Wall Street Journal's Jeffrey Epstein report.
You guys, there's about 130 in the building. If I can please get 100 people.
The libel suit filed in the Southern District of...
If I can please get 100 people to subscribe. You guys, we are trying to hit 40K. I need 100 people to please hit subscribe. If you've already subscribed, say subscribe. And please hit the like button. And thank you. Let's continue. Please subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
Florida names the paper's publisher, Dow Jones, and its owner, media mogul Rupert Murdoch. The president is seeking at least $10 billion in damages. Trump has downplayed his relationship with the convicted child sex offender. And in
Are you saying no to subscribing? What are you saying? I'm not. It's Saturday morning, so everybody knows. When I want to be here, I want to be here. But if thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you.
He's called the controversy surrounding the release of files in Epstein's sex trafficking case the Epstein hoax. But yesterday, following the president's order, the Justice Department filed a motion to unseal grand jury testimony related to Epstein. Willie James Inman is at the White House with more. Willie James, good morning.
Dana, good morning to you. President Trump is blasting the Wall Street Journal following the publishing of an article that includes alleged details of a bawdy birthday note sent to disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. In a post on True Social, the president said, "We have just filed a powerhouse lawsuit against everyone involved in publishing the false, malicious, defamatory fake news article. Trump is suing for $10 billion. Dow Jones and Company, the publisher of the Wall Street Journal, said in a statement they have full confidence in the accuracy of their reporting and will defend against any lawsuit." This week, the newspaper published an article with alleged details of a risque birthday letter the president allegedly sent to Jeffrey Epstein in the early 2000s. The paper claims the note was signed by Trump and includes a sketch of a nude woman. The article alleges Trump's note said, "We have certain things in common." The note ends with, "May every day be another wonderful secret." The president called the letter fake and said he never wrote it. Backlash within the MAGA movement has grown over the handling of the Epstein case, with some alleging the administration is still withholding key details.
I call it the Epstein hoax.
Some supporters of the president say they want to see more documents released.
Let me just ask you, make some noise if you care about the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
I think the DOJ should immediately move to unseal all the Epstein documents in the Southern District of New York.
Following the outcry, the president urged Attorney General Pam Bondi to file a motion for the unsealing of grand jury testimony. In a Friday court filing, the DOJ cited special circumstances in asking for the public release of transcripts. Jessica Levinson is a legal expert.
Unsealing this grand jury testimony, if it is ever unsealed, doesn't really give the public what I think they're interested in: client lists, photos, videos, etc.
Now, it can take weeks or months for a federal judge to make a decision. And if some of the records are released, the DOJ says it would work to redact info on victims and other personal information. Michelle?
Yeah, the story doesn't seem to be going away.
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Please like the video, you guys, and thank you. And please subscribe. Fair use reaction clip. We're getting to it. We're getting to it today.
What could ever satisfy?
And the idea that he's like, why are we still talking about that? Anyway, about the 2020 election. That was stolen, all right.
And we are back with Trump facing an uproar over Jeffrey Epstein. While his attorney general just filed a motion to unseal grand jury testimony. The problem for Trump, it's unclear what could ever satisfy his enraged followers. Experts pointing out MAGA's Epstein conspiracy theories run very deep and are linked to QAnon conspiracy theories about a deep state cabal. Fabrications that took hold on the far right, in part because Trump and his allies embraced them. Like Kash Patel, now Trump's FBI director. Here's what Patel said about QAnon before Trump's second term.
A lot of people bring up Q and a lot of these other theories, and I'm like, look, there's a lot of good to a lot of it. And if it's Q or whatever movement that's getting that information out, I'm all for it every day of the week. With anything, Q or otherwise, is you can't ignore that group of people that has such a strong, dominant following. I talk with the president all the time as well, and we're just blown away at the amount of acumen some of these people have.
And joining me now is Will Sommer, senior reporter for The Bulwark. He's also the author of Trust the Plan, The Rise of QAnon and the Conspiracy That Unhinged America. Thank you for being here, Will. You're an expert on all of this. So
like the video. There's about 186 in the building. If I can please get 100 people to subscribe. We're almost at 40K. We'll hit 40K today, you guys. 100 people, please, and thank you.
me into the roots here, QAnon's roots and its connection to the kind of firestorm, fallout we've experienced these last 2 weeks.
Sure. So at the heart of QAnon and sort of related conspiracy theories is the belief that there's a pedophile cabal that rules the world. And it's a lot of people in the Democratic Party and Hollywood and banking. And that Donald Trump comes in because they think he's going to defeat the cabal and usher in a sort of utopian age. And Jeffrey Epstein's case, because there was a lot of legitimate stuff behind it and evidence, a lot of that was funneled into QAnon. And so it's really a huge pillar of QAnon. And so when the president or his team really fed into QAnon, they were getting people really excited about some sort of justice in the Epstein case.
I'm curious, though, as you see parts of his base revolt, I mean, we've seen people call into right-wing shows and say that they feel deceived and bamboozled in recent days. To an extent, do you think that the president has overestimated the extent to which this movement has been just about him or owned entirely by him?
I think he has. This is a strange situation because it's maybe the first time I can think of where Trump is this out of step with the base for this long. I mean, this is an issue. I mean, people called it an article of faith. I mean, for many people, it is a religious issue. They think they're working on behalf of God when they spread QAnon. I mean, they think, understandably, they're very emotionally affected by the stories of Jeffrey Epstein and his associates. And so this isn't like, bombing Iran or raising tariffs or whatever, something that the base might disagree with on it. I mean, this is really like a core part of a lot of these people's identities.
And as you just touched on there, in a way, it's not a hoax at all, although the president has used that word a lot in recent days, because someone's serving 20 years in prison in connection to all of this. And the harm that he's caused to untold numbers of victims is very, very real. So I'm curious, as he now makes this effort to get the grand jury testimony here in the Southern District of New York unsealed, made public, it seems to be an effort to placate some of his base. Do you think that is even going to work at this point? Will people be satisfied by what we may or may not, because it will ultimately be up to a judge? Would they be satisfied if we do get our hands on all of this?
I mean, I think Trump's base is dealing with a huge backlash or whiplash here. I mean, they thought this was going to be a list of all these Democrats and celebrities they didn't like politically. And now suddenly the question is, what's up with Trump's ties to Epstein? Why is Trump trying to move so quickly to cover this up or close the case? I think we know the grand jury stuff is just a tiny sliver of the total evidence that could be potentially released. It seems like the administration is trying to say, okay, we'll give you the grand jury stuff and then it's over. I think this is going to kind of stick in Trump supporters' craws. And even people who don't support Trump, I think there are a lot of independents who were brought into this case and interested in it because of podcasts, things like that. And they're interested in seeing how it's resolved as well.
I'm curious how.
Good morning, everyone. There's about 254 in the building. If I can please get 100 people to subscribe. We are literally 30 to 50 away from 40K. Please subscribe, and thank you. Let's continue.
You think they kind of psychologically deal with the cognitive dissonance right now of being so firmly certain there is a cover-up, a cabal, a deep state that has been around for a long time, but also certain that their guy is not in it?
Well, they've had a lot of practice, right? On one hand, we've had video of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein kind of palling around, checking out women in the past. And Trump obviously gave a quote about Epstein's love of young women. And in the past, they had, particularly in QAnon, they had decided, That's a good question, Paris, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are now older. Where are they and why are they not speaking up? And let me ask y'all this. When he went to jail, shouldn't all that stuff been released? It's almost like deja vu. Should have all that stuff been released when he went to jail? Yes. Why are we talking about this now? Why wasn't all that stuff presented in court before he went to jail? During his trial, during his whatever. Why didn't they release all that then? They're protecting people. It's kind of scary that some of these politicians or normal actors or everyday musicians could have been fooling around with this situation, and a lot of us don't know. A lot of these secrets need to be exposed. Not that it's like going to make a difference for all of us day to day, but at least certain people will know not to fool with certain people if they know that there was a situation with them dealing with underage. It's sad. And more and more people should talk about the flight logs. I'm telling you, that was a long 2 hours. I was interested. Some of these famous people, their names are out there. Even if people have just brushed over the flight logs, the names are out there. There's about 250 people in the building. If I can please get 200 people to subscribe, and thank you. We're trying to hit 40K. Good morning, everyone. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. Means that Trump was infiltrating the cabal, or he was like going James Bond mode. And now I think they're facing a new challenge. I mean, certainly Trump is offering them an excuse and saying, Obama or Comey cooked up this letter I supposedly wrote to Epstein.
Yeah, he's basically saying he don't want to release a lot of it. They want to protect each other. Then I'm hearing he really hadn't fooled with him for a good 15 to 20 years. But, you know, he kind of stayed away. But the biggest thing is a lot of these people were near him, by him, hanging out with him. A lot of those people should not have been even in office or gotten certain jobs that they got. If we would have knew around his court case time when he got put into jail, if we would have heard what was going on then, all this stuff, we shouldn't even be asking questions. Now he's gone.
Trump sent Jeffrey Epstein a lewd letter for his 50th birthday. According to documents reviewed by the Journal, the letter bearing Trump's name contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked...
I heard about this. Listen up, you guys. Fair use reaction clip. Listen up.
Woman. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. Inside the outline of this naked woman, the Journal reports that the letter from Trump to Epstein was styled as an imaginary conversation between the two. Voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything, the note began. Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Trump, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Now, I should note, NBC News has not independently verified the existence of that letter, which was written before Epstein was ever arrested, and that Trump vehemently denies the letter's existence. In fact, he told the Journal, quote, "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story." He continued, "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words." And of course, because we are talking about Donald Trump, he threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal for publishing this article. But this isn't just a personal matter for the President of the United States. This is also a substantive matter in terms of how transparent Trump and his administration have actually been. People familiar with the letter tell the Wall Street Journal that it was among the documents reviewed by DOJ officials who investigated Epstein and his girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, years ago. What's unclear...
Hi, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. You guys, please, if I can get 300 people to please subscribe. We're trying to hit 40K today. I'm here on a Saturday. Please hit the like. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. If I get 300 people to hit that subscribe button, and thank you, and continue to hit the like. It keeps me in the algorithm. Thank you.
Is whether this letter was also part of the Trump administration's recent review of the case. The Justice Department has not responded. The Wall Street Journal, the FBI have declined to comment. I should note that if this letter is in fact, as it is described, it would have been written by Trump just 1 year after he infamously said this about Jeffrey Epstein to New York Magazine. Quote, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side."
Did y'all catch that? Let me repeat that.
Ago. What's unclear is whether this letter was also part of the Trump administration's recent review of the case. The Justice Department has not responded. The Wall Street Journal, the FBI have declined to comment. I should note that if this letter is in fact, as it is described, it would have been written by Trump just 1 year after he infamously said this about Jeffrey Epstein to New York Magazine. Quote, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side."
What?
Since Donald Trump won the presidency in 2016, the first time, we have wondered what would be the piece of news that would finally pierce the Teflon of Teflon Don? What would be the piece of news that would finally enrage or just get through to Trump's base? We are now in day 11 of a news cycle that has finally managed to put Trump at odds with his MAGA base. And please do not take my word for it. Take a listen to how Trump's own voters are describing their own emotions right now on right-wing political call-in shows.
I feel really betrayed, and I feel really, really angry. We have a president who tells us to move on from Epstein because it doesn't matter. Are you guys still talking about this? Seriously? And yet he still talks about the 2020 election fraud. He talks about the Hunter Biden laptop. He talks about all this stuff from 5-6 years ago, and he tells us to move on from the Epstein trial or the Epstein case. People like me will not stop talking about this. I feel so betrayed and so angry. This is not what I voted for.
I'm concerned about being able to trust Donald Trump to keep his word. In his campaign, he said he was going to let us know all of the facts about this, and now he's saying, go away, don't pay attention to it.
These Epstein files, we were told that there was going to be released. There was this client list that was going to be released. And the fact that it's suddenly gone away.
Be kind in the comments. Is somebody saying something? Stop lying. I don't know who that person is, but you do not get a chance to disrespect Paris in my comments. I already blocked it, Paris. Nobody gets the chance to disrespect my Paris or myself or general people in the comments. Be kind in the comments. Fair use reaction clip. There's about 445 in the building. If I can please get 400 people to please subscribe and thank you. If I can please get 400 people to please subscribe and thank you. We will hit 40K today. We will hit 40K today. Please, 400 people hit the subscribe button and thank you.
He's trying to gaslight us. It's like a punch in the gut to MAGA.
Hear that quiver in their voice. They feel betrayed. They feel angry. They feel gaslit. They feel like they have been punched in the gut. Now, Trump's position here and the MAGA base's position here, it puts the rest of the Republican Party between a rock and a hard place. To satisfy their base, Republicans are eager to publicly declare that they are personally in favor of releasing the Epstein files.
It's a very delicate subject, but we should put everything out there and let the people decide.
I do think there needs to be more transparency.
I think you ought to make it public. And in this case, I just say let's make it all public and get it out there.
So that's what Republicans are saying about this issue publicly. That is how they want their...
Paris, we hit it. We're at 40K, girl. What? We did it. Hey, we hit 40K, y'all. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate y'all. I've been trying to hit 40K for about a good week or two. So thank you for subscribing. I appreciate y'all. Baby, we did it. Paris, we went from 3,000 to 4,000 subscribers to 40K. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. Thanks for subscribing, you guys. Keep subscribing. Thank you. Thank you.
Base to perceive their stance here. But because they don't want to anger the president, most Republicans don't
Thank
actually
you.
want to vote.
Thank you.
Anything. There's more than a dozen Republican Congress members and aides told Politico
Thank
today.
you.
House Republicans are pressuring their leadership to send members home for summer weeks early, before they have to go on the record voting yes or no on whether to release the files related to Epstein. The thinking here is that the issue will have died down once lawmakers come back in the fall. Meanwhile, the fight over how to handle the sudden crisis in the Republican Party over Jeffrey Epstein and these files, it is gumming up what was supposed to be a smooth glide path for the House to vote to claw back $9 billion in government spending. That legislation is currently being debated in the House Rules Committee, but Republicans are reportedly trying to use tonight's meeting to create another escape hatch. They will vote tonight to put what Politico describes as a likely non-binding resolution on the Epstein files to the floor for a vote. Okay, so the key word there is non-binding. Something they can vote for, and they can say it shows they want transparency, while potentially not actually having any teeth. That is the situation in the House tonight, as Republicans desperately try to find a solution that appeases both their boss and their base. Meanwhile, in the Senate, Republican leader John Thune told reporters today he's not hearing any chatter among his conference that they want to vote to force disclosure of the files. Democrats trying to put them on the record anyway. Here was Senator Ruben Gallego, Democrat of Arizona, on the Senate floor today.
Mr. President, I'm introducing this resolution to require the Department of Justice to release its files related to Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, that attempt, it was quickly squashed by Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen of Oklahoma.
Like the video as you guys come in. Yes, we hit 40K. We've hit 40K.
Back out live there too.
Like the video as you guys come in. So happy, so happy. Yay. Let's continue.
It all started there in New York City, and this, as President Trump and Attorney General Pam Bondi have asked some of these judges in New York City courtrooms to unseal some of this grand jury testimony. We'll see whether or not they're successful in that effort here. But our colleagues there at Fox 5 in New York, they're also covering this story, including our friend there, Linda Schmidt. She joins me. Linda, thanks for being with us here. This has been very fast moving over the last 24 hours here. What more do we need to know?
Well, first of all, there has been so much public outcry about this that public outcry has forced the president to shift directions. Now, not only has the public outcry come from his base is very disappointed in the way his administration has been handling this case. In addition to that, members of Congress, including Republicans, are very upset with the president here. Primarily what everybody wants to see, they want to see Jeffrey Epstein's client list. If that client list really exists, they want to see it. They want to see the names of the powerful, wealthy men on that list that he was sex trafficking young girls to. Now go ahead, take a look at this video here. In the meantime, Attorney General Pam Bondi says that she is seeking court permission today. She has not done it yet, but she is doing it. That's what she said, and she will be asking them to release this information, but it is going to be ultimately a judge who decides if any new information is made public. Now, Jeffrey Epstein, he committed suicide back in 2019, violating trial on federal charges of trafficking underage girls. Now the Trump administration is trying to contain the fallout after the Justice Department announced earlier this month that no more Epstein evidence would be released to the public, and that Epstein did not keep an incriminating list of clients, even though Bondi told Fox News back in February she had that list sitting on her desk.
Facts.
Mr. Trump is now calling the hype around this case a hoax, and he has blamed the Democrats, but then he switched gears yesterday and he directed Bondi to release more information on the case. Now, the president posting on Truth Social today, I don't know if you guys have it, I hope you do, but he says, quote, if there was a smoking gun on Epstein, why didn't the Dems, who controlled the files in this case for 4 years and had Garland and Comey in charge, use it? Because they had nothing. Now, Trump is referring there to former Attorney General Merrick Garland and former federal prosecutor Maureen Comey, who, by the way, was just fired. Ghislaine Maxwell, who was Epstein's former girlfriend, that's her right there, and a longtime confidant, was convicted back in 2021 on charges that she helped Epstein lure young girls to sexually traffic them. She is currently serving 20 years in prison.
20 years.
Now, I spoke with a criminal defense attorney late this afternoon who says this whole process that is going on right now with the case with the Trump administration is just a ruse. That if a client list actually does exist, the Justice Department would have it as part of the evidence it collected in the searches of Jeffrey Epstein's multiple properties. And
yeah, because there has to be messages. That's something that somebody mentioned last night. There has to be messages. There has to be messages. There has to be voicemail messages. Where's all that? Oh, so-and-so. Oh, we're going to this location. Oh, we're going to have ... Sickos. I'm sorry. There has to be messages. There has to be messages. Where's his phone at? There has to be messages. Please like the video, you guys. Please like the video and please subscribe. We've got about 255 in the building. If you already subscribed, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please hit subscribe. And please hit the like button. If you're watching from a phone, press 1. All it takes is a double tapping of the screen. Please hit the like, you guys. It's a Saturday morning. We're live. Please hit the like and thank you.
Could have released it at any time. Here's what he had to say.
This is likely not in the grand jury, and the DOJ or Department of Justice can release it. It's really moving the ball so the public thinks that
thank you. Hit the like.
Being transparent, when in fact, that's not what he's doing.
Right. Also today, the Wall Street Journal is now reporting that Trump sent Epstein a sexually suggestive letter for his 50th birthday. This is back in 2003. Mr. Trump says the report is, quote, false, malicious, and defamatory. He threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal. We have received a report that he has filed the initial paperwork for that lawsuit. And I must tell you as well that the Wall Street Journal is owned by the same company, of course, that owns Fox 5, which is where I work. Andrew?
All right, Linda Schmidt there with a very comprehensive rundown of the last 24 hours. Linda, thanks so much. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay, just want to follow up on that piece of breaking news Linda just referred to here. Take a look at this. This is from Nandita Bose there at Reuters.
Thank you for hitting like.
Breaking, President Trump filed a lawsuit Friday against Dow Jones, News Corp, Rupert Murdoch, and 2 Wall Street Journal reporters, raising claims under federal libel law. According to court records, the case was filed there in Miami federal court. So he is making good on a promise he made yesterday, or last night rather, in a post on Truth Social. That lengthy post right after this bombshell report in the Wall Street Journal was published, going on Truth Social saying he would do just that. And now he has. He's filed suit there against Dow Jones, News Corp, Rupert Murdoch, and 2 Wall Street Journal reporters, raising these claims under federal libel law. So we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out in federal courts. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. This is the news that we're bringing to you right now because of that very piece in the Wall Street Journal yesterday, highlighting this letter that Trump allegedly wrote to Epstein on the occasion of Epstein's 50th birthday back in 2003. Trump also confirmed in that Truth Social post last night that he and the White House essentially tried to, interfere or spike or kill the story before it was published, to no avail there. He confirmed that in that post on Truth Social, and now he is going after, in court, the very newspaper who published that story. So this is one we have to watch here on Live Now from Fox, but we're at the bottom of the hour. We have a lot more top headlines to tell. We'll see you in just a moment.
Hit the like button. Continue to hit the like button. Thank you, guys. Continue to subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. We hit 40K today. I'm so glad I went live today. I'm so glad I went live today. I am. I really, truly am. Wait. Like the video as you guys come in. Like the video as you guys come in.
that lawsuit is this piece. Tonight, Donald Trump filed a defamation lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal, Dow Jones, the paper's publisher, two journalists, News Corp, the paper's parent company, and Rupert Murdoch. At the core of that lawsuit is this piece that the Wall Street Journal published last night. The piece, based on documents that the Journal reviewed, alleges that Trump sent Jeffrey Epstein an incredibly lewd letter on the occasion of Epstein's 50th birthday. Now, I should say that NBC News has not independently verified the information reported, and Trump, of course, vehemently denies the letter's veracity. In his newly filed lawsuit, Trump claims that the Journal story has done billions of dollars in damage to his reputation, and he is seeking $10 billion in relief.
Wow.
Now, on its own, this story certainly made a splash. However, it's not as if this is the first story about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein allegedly being friends. In 2002, the year before the Journal alleges that Trump wrote that birthday letter to Epstein, Trump told New York Magazine that Epstein was, quote, a terrific guy and a lot of fun to be with. He also notably told New York Magazine that Epstein, quote, likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. All to say that it is not entirely clear whether this Wall Street Journal story inflicted lasting reputational damage. But what is clear is that the new lawsuit has fueled interest in the alleged friendship between Epstein and Trump, a story that the president has been at great pains to diffuse. In addition to the lawsuit's request for $10 million in damages, it also seeks a jury trial. And that could mean that lawyers on both sides would be obliged to prove and disprove the veracity of the letter and the Wall Street Journal's reporting. And that would mean that this story, and any lewd and lascivious details that might be surfaced in the course of a lawsuit, could be in the press for months. In the media world, we call this the Stryisand effect. In 2003, singer and actress Barbra Streisand sued a photographer and a photo website, demanding that the site take down this aerial photograph of Streisand's home. Before the lawsuit, the photo had only been downloaded about 6 times. Nobody cared about it. But because of the lawsuit, more than 420,000 people viewed the photo on the website. Maybe the Stryisand effect is now the Trump effect, because right now, Trump is triggering the Stryisand effect left and right. And even as his lawsuit fuels interest in Epstein, some of Trump's pet outlets seem reluctant to cover this developing story.
A lot of conservatives are afraid to talk about.
Please like the video. Please continue. Hit the like, you guys. The like should match the views. There's 191 in the building. Please, everyone double tap the like button and thank you. The like should match the views. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
This, Fox News has been essentially mandated not to talk about this. Why do you think that is?
That was Fox's right-leaning rival, Newsmax. Even Newsmax has noticed how quiet Fox News has gotten about the Jeffrey Epstein story. And a week ago, Trump publicly called for his supporters to stop focusing on the Jeffrey Epstein story, claiming that nobody cared about it. And Murdoch-owned Fox News quickly fell in line. Despite the story dominating news coverage across the country, this Tuesday, Fox aired a grand total of 0 segments about it. Now, to really demonstrate how much of an about-face that was, take a look at how Fox News host Laura Ingraham covered the story just last week.
For some of the administration's top allies, this raised more questions than it answered. Online and on-air podcasters, radio show hosts, others cried foul, alleging a cover-up of the most heinous crimes against children. Here's what Kash Patel said about that Epstein client list shortly after he was nominated as FBI director. Watch.
Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list. What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list? Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Tom, he sounded pretty definitive there, so what changed?
She sounded pretty definitive there, so what changed? Now, to be fair to Ms. Ingraham, she did mention the Epstein story on her show last night. The Wall Street Journal story about Trump's alleged letter to Epstein, the story that is the subject of this new lawsuit, was published minutes before Ingram's show started last night. And before taking a commercial break, Ingraham teased that she was going to cover the Journal's story.
We have new news coming on about this as well from the Wall Street Journal, a new report tonight. Next.
News coming about this from the Wall Street Journal. A new report tonight, next. But curiously, for the rest of her hour, Ingraham never mentioned the Wall Street Journal story. When Mediaite inquired about what happened, Fox News did not respond. Instead of talking about the breaking news from the Wall Street Journal, here's how Ingraham covered the Epstein story last night.
I love how suddenly the Democrats are caring about the Epstein files. The Democrats are so obsessed about this. In reality, I think the polling shows that the American people, especially Republicans, they're focused on the economy and they're focused on this border issue.
She's basically making the case, much as Donald Trump did a week ago, that nobody really cares about the Epstein story. So why is anyone even talking about it? Yet, polling from CNN this week shows that this story is one of the few issues that both Democrats and Republicans care about right now. At a time of rampant polarization, This is the issue that has garnered attention on both sides of the aisle. Among Republicans, a whopping 40% are dissatisfied with the way Trump has handled this issue. And yesterday, polling from Reuters confirmed this, finding, quote, just 17% of Americans approve of Trump's handling of the case, a weaker rating than the president received on any other issue in the poll. And Ms. Ingram should know that it's not just Democrats who care about this story. Here she was, a week ago today, at a Turning Point USA conference, a gathering of young MAGA conservatives.
How many of you are satisfied? You can clap. Satisfied with the result.
Good morning, New Jersey. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. There's about 146 in the building. If I can get 100 people to please subscribe and thank you. Continue to hit the like button. If you're watching from a phone or tablet, please double tap the screen. The like should match the views. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Results of the Epstein investigation. Clap. How many of you are not satisfied with the results of the investigation?
Interesting. Fair use reaction clip. Let's continue. Like the video as you guys come in. We'll get to the other topics in a moment. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some coverage that people are talking about it and he wants it to go away. And I don't think it's going to. Fair use reaction clip. And some of the other celebrities might be calling him saying, make it go away. Who knows who these people are because they don't want to release the list.
Student Kaczynski was. But I want to start tonight with some of the very strange behavior we are seeing from the president. Look, we all know that Donald Trump has always been far, far from the normal guy. That's one way of describing it. I mean, his behavior is often erratic. His public statements can be completely bizarre. And at times he doesn't seem to know what is going on inside his own government. But recently it seems like he is, well, not at all okay, I guess is one way to describe it. Let me show you what I mean. Yesterday, Trump attended an AI summit in Pittsburgh. And within 10 minutes of taking the microphone, he launched into an utterly strange digression about his uncle and the notorious domestic terrorists of all.
I agree. They might be trying to say hush, hush. Some might be saying, I'm a senator, I'm a mayor. You know, I'm about to get this big role. Who knows what's happening? Yeah, brainwashing and distraction.
People, Ted Kaczynski, better known as the Unabomber.
My uncle was at MIT, one of the great professors, 51 years, whatever. He was the longest serving professor in the history of MIT. Kaczynski was one of his students. Do you know who Kaczynski was? There's very little difference between a madman and a genius. But Kaczynski, I said, what kind of a student was he, Uncle John, Dr. John Trump? He said, what kind of a student? And then he said, seriously good. He said he'd go around correcting everybody, but it didn't work out too well for him.
I love the look on the face of the guy next to me. You can sort of see in that video. But again, to sum that up, Trump says his uncle taught the Unabomber at MIT, and apparently the question of all the possible questions Trump asked him was what kind of a student Kaczynski was. And then he felt the need to share the detail that the Unabomber was a good student to some perplexed people. And yes, that's a pretty weird, pretty creepy thing for the president of the United States, or really anyone to say at an event that was supposed to be about artificial intelligence. But it gets weirder. Because the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, never attended MIT. And while Trump did have an uncle who worked at MIT, his uncle died in 1985, which is a full 11 years before the Unabomber was publicly identified and apprehended. So I guess either Donald Trump is confessing to having known the identity of the Unabomber more than a decade before he was caught. There could be that, I suppose. Or something is seriously off with Donald Trump. And that's not a one-off, that is hardly the only incident. Today, reporters in the Oval Office asked Donald Trump about new reporting that he has floated the idea of firing Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. And this is how he responded.
He's a terrible Fed chair. I was surprised he was appointed.
He's a terrible Fed chair. I was surprised he was appointed. Were you? Were you really surprised he was appointed? The person who nominated him for that job was you, Donald Trump. It was you. Trump picked Jerome Powell to run the Fed during his first term. There they are, right there, being announced. He does not seem to remember basic facts about his own life. He does not seem to remember things that happened as recently as his first term. This is a guy who once boasted he had the best memory of all time. His words, certainly not mine. But now those apparent memory lapses are bleeding into the self-inflicted scandal that has rocked his administration and ignited a full-on MAGA revolt. I'm, of course, talking about what has come to be known as the Epstein files. Just a few hours ago, Trump went on a friendly right-wing network in an attempt to quell the outcry, again, to try to quell it again, and deflect the blame. And here's what he said.
In the case of Epstein, they've already looked at it, and they are looking at it, and I think all they have to do is put out anything credible. But, you know, that was run by the Biden administration for 4 years. I can imagine what they put into files.
That was run by the Biden administration for 4 years. Once again, for whatever reason, because the guy's a little off right now, it seems, Trump's memory seems to have failed him.
Allegedly.
Maybe he needs to Google who was president 6 years ago, because Trump was president when Jeffrey Epstein was arrested on sex trafficking charges. Trump was also president when Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his jail cell. And Trump was president when Epstein's criminal case was officially closed. All that took place in 2019, more than a year before Joe Biden even became president. Trump seems completely lost on all of this. But his most ardent supporters are definitely not. I mean, they've spent the last 5 years steeped in every single detail of this case. And as the calls to release the Epstein files intensify, Trump is finding himself increasingly at odds with his own base with every day that passes. Now he's lashing out at his own supporters. I mean, this morning, Trump posted an absolutely bananas screed that you really have to read to believe it. I mean, first he called it the whole Epstein matter a scam and a hoax. Then he attacked his own voters who believed he would deliver on his promise, because they'd been told that he would, to actually release the Epstein files, saying, quote, "My past supporters have bought into this BS hook, line, and sinker." Guess who fed the BS? Others of your supporters. Then he went after his voters even more, essentially calling them stupid. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, he said, accusing them of being conned by the lunatic left. Finally, he called his supporters weaklings and declared, quote, "I don't want their support anymore." All kinds of reminds you of a child pounding his fist because he wasn't invited to a birthday party, doesn't it? Or something like that. A child who has access to True Social or a social media site, I suppose. But the point is, this is all so unhinged, even for Trump, that some of his most vocal supporters initially refused to believe Trump had actually posted that himself. Guess they thought another person could perfectly replicate the all caps grammatically incorrect flow of Trump's posts? Who knows? That's what they thought, though. They questioned it. But any doubts they had went out the window when Trump repeated his outrage screed on camera in the Oval Office.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net, and so they try and do the Democrats' work. They want to talk about the Epstein hoax, and the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people.
They're stupid people. I mean, please. That's what he's calling his own supporters. It's always a dead giveaway, by the way, that you're coming a bit unwound when you start attacking the very people who ignored all of your other many flaws and still cast their votes for you. And just to give you a sense of how expansive the group is that Trump is calling stupid here, today Politico obtained internal Democratic polling that shows that 61% of Trump voters believe that law enforcement is withholding information about powerful people connected to Epstein. And public polling finds the exact same thing. I mean, a CNN poll found that only 4% of Republicans say they are satisfied with the information released about Epstein to date. And a Quinnipiac poll out today finds that 36% of Republicans disapprove of Trump's handling of the Epstein case. The YouGov poll also finds finds that 50% of Republicans think the government is covering up evidence about the Epstein case. Those are all the people Trump is calling stupid. He's effectively writing off somewhere between a third and half of his own voters. It's not even just rank and file supporters. They are important too. Not just them, he's calling stupid people. I mean, the list of people who have promoted the Epstein conspiracy include Trump's FBI director, Trump's deputy FBI director, Trump's vice president, his own adult son, just among a few. And they all had good reason to believe that releasing more information was exactly the plan. I mean, remember in February, Trump invited a group of his loudest online supporters to come to the White House for what he called the release of phase 1 of the Epstein files. He gave them all binders of documents, which turned out...
Phase 1. He said it even. Please like the video, you guys. Please continue to double tap that screen. Please continue to double tap that screen. Let's repeat that just a second.
...to just be full of documents that had already been made public, but he invited supporters to come to the White House for what he called the release of phase 1 of the Epstein files. He gave them all binders of documents, which turned out to just be full of documents that had already been made public, but he made a whole show of it. They all had the expectation that there was going to be a lot more coming. But then when a lot more did not come, some of his most loyal right-wing allies started turning on him.
See?
And that has only grown. I mean, just in the past 24 hours, InfoWars conspiracy theorist Alex Jones said Trump's threats to excommunicate his followers sounds like a thoroughbred cult. That's what he said. Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, posted a very long screed, you can see on the screen, on X, defending the MAGA fixation of Epstein. Joe Rogan is openly mocking the Trump administration's handling of all of this. All of this is in addition to previous criticism from other big Trump world figures like Tucker Carlson and Steve Bannon and Laura Loomer. The people with huge megaphones in Trump's base are very, very mad. And this issue doesn't seem like it's going away anytime soon. In fact, we are still getting some new developments every single day. I mean, Trump keeps talking about it, so there's that. But Wired magazine also reported today that there appears to be 3 minutes of footage edited out of the Epstein security tapes that have already been released. NBC News reported that the family of Epstein co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell is appealing to Trump for help with her ongoing case. And amid all of that, Democrats are keeping the pressure level set too high. Just yesterday, Democrats forced a vote on an amendment to compel the Justice Department to release more information on Epstein. And that vote was blocked, of course, by Republicans. Not of course. I mean, these are some of the people from the same party where they're calling for more to be released. So they blocked it. They had the chance to, and they blocked it. So the party that spent years hyping the Epstein files is now on the record blocking their release, just to kind of sum that one up. For probably the first time, Republican lawmakers are caught between Trump and the MAGA movement he created. And for now, most of them are still following Trump's lead, even though he seems completely lost. But MAGA clearly expects more. Some of the people with the biggest megaphones are demanding more. And Democrats aren't standing down either.
Yes, yes. Okay, we're going to get to some more topics. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for being here. Okay, be quiet. Okay. So allegedly, Megan gifted Clay a really nice watch.
Beyond two, just a little past. Hey, oh boy, we got a night ahead of us.
So this play this one clear right there? Fire.
That's a good watch too. Thank you, brother. Shit. Megan got gifted me this.
Word?
Yeah. What a sweet lady. Evening is just begun too. It's just a little past. Hey, oh boy, we got a night.
So Megan gifted him a really nice watch.
Kicking jalapeno flavor.
Isn't that interesting?
It's just a little past. Hey, oh boy, we got.
There's music in the background of that. They're doing well. Remember how about a year ago, Judge Mathis had mentioned that him and his wife were, well, she was filing a divorce, but it looks as if they've been able to reconcile and things are going well. I think I'm going the wrong way. Let me go back. Yeah. Now, I can't confirm or deny if this is true that they dated for 16 years. Take this with a grain of salt. Dated for 16 years. Married for 30 days, and then allegedly she wants a divorce. I can't confirm or deny about this about Tony. I didn't know they dated for 16. I thought maybe 2-3 years. So that would be interesting if they dated that long. And then as soon as you get married, you're filing for a divorce after 30 days. So baby, that's some work. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so Megan Good and Jonathan Majors are in the gym. And I don't know, I didn't know there was pregnancy rumors.
I can't call it. I can't call it. Love you. All right, y'all, that's it. Goodbye. Peace. Her belly does look fit. Who knows if she's pregnant? I can't call it. Love you.
I'm sorry. I was concerned about Megan dating Jonathan Majors because of the allegations and him, the ex, getting out of the car. She's running. I was concerned. But Megan, if you happy, girl, go for it. So I guess there's rumors out there whether she is expecting or not. I guess Jonathan Majors is doing a video of them being in the gym. He's basically saying, I can't confirm or deny if her stomach looks a little protruding. But if she's happy, we happy for her. Okay, y'all, let's go back because I did not do a video on it. Devon Franklin was called out last week or the week before because he had did a role for Tyler Perry and he was playing a guy that was a little spicy. Let's say it that way. So her ex played a role for Tyler Perry, played it a little spicy. Me and my friends were talking. It's like he could have played any role. He could have played a counselor. He could have played a bishop. He could have played a minister. He could have played anything. Be careful of the roles people put you in. Be careful of the roles people put you in. And people were calling out Devon Franklin, her ex, for playing the role of what he played in the Tyler Perry, whatever. Many people have said, allegedly, Tyler will put you in a role in how he sees you. Tyler will put you in a role in how he sees you or wants to see you. Be careful how people portray you. Be careful how people want your character to look like. Okay, Megan. Okay, Devon. You know, You gotta let people do what they do. If she's in love, go for it. Concerning to me, though. Okay. All right. So I gotta cover that a little bit. Okay. So Shannon Sharpe, baby, he has, maybe I can cover it a little bit this way. Maybe I can cover her this way. Okay. So allegedly, the case has been, everybody's saying settled. Shannon Sharpe, if you don't know, was dating this young lady. Things kind of got a little interesting, alleged. He had talked about a video being put out about him. And he had gone back and forth in regards to, he allegedly offered her $10 million a while ago. Let me see if I can do this. He had offered her $10 million, and I guess she didn't accept. So then there was a lawsuit filed. So let's get into that. Hold on. Like the videos, you guys come in. So if you did not know, she had gone to attorney Busby for help and assistance.
Shannon Sharpe has settled a sexual assault lawsuit. According to his lawyer, the Hall of Fame tight end and former Denver Bronco had offered at least $10 million to settle the claim before the suit was filed in April. Now he's likely paying an amount that exceeds that. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed. Lawsuit originally sought damages of more than $50 million. Sharpe strongly denied the allegations. He stepped away from his job at ESPN, vowing that he would return when NFL preseason begins. That's not far off, and it's not clear if he'll be back.
So will Shannon Sharpe get his job back? Okay, men, when you become so successful, be careful who you choose to spend time with. This is a grown man. And allegedly, there's other cases that were settled with Shannon Sharpe. And it's almost being said that he did not learn. Go back and look it up. Allegedly, there's other cases he settled. Dude, you're how old? Messing with a how old year old woman? We did shorts on it. We had conversations about this situation. And then remember how he had said the word choke? Yes, too old to be making this kind of mistakes. You're on CNN. Do y'all realize how well Nightcap show was doing? His show was doing well to where I'm sure weekly he was getting maybe millions of views. Almost weekly. If not every 2 weeks, he was getting millions of views from Nightcap. I'm thinking it was a week. Nightcap was doing so well. He's still doing well. His Cat Williams interview got him a lot of views. Cat Williams exposed the industry in Hollywood. But to be that grown and doing what you're doing. And then remember how they were saying that he was hanging out with a certain, and people were trying to figure out his situationships. And, it's just interesting. When you become this successful, you gotta protect your brand. For a little while, I was doing little clips. Of what he was saying in Nightcap. It was almost like he was trying to impress Chad Ochocinco. It really seemed like he was trying to impress Chad Ochocinco. Because Chad, was in his situation with that beautiful, mortgage person, whatever. And it just seems like the conversations were interesting at Nightcap. Whenever he would talk to Chad, oh, Chad, I like them like this. And, they got to be doing this and that. It was interesting. So when the lawsuit came about, I kind of wasn't surprised. Because how he was talking with Chad. How he was talking with Chad at night when they would talk about women and dating. And see, Monique tried to tell him, get someone of your age. Men, be careful. Some relationships work. An older man, younger woman, she just feeds his soul, mind, body, soul, spirit. Sometimes it works. But this grown man got himself into a situation. And see, you know what this is going to do, right? Some of these guys that want to go younger, they're kind of saying, should I? Because this could be them. And to say you're going to choke, and then there's voicemail, yeah, he offered her 10 million to be quiet. He offered her 10 to be quiet. So, yeah. It's a whole situation. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, everybody was talking about it. When it first came out, people were talking about, they were kind of surprised that he would go that young. People were kind of surprised that he would date somebody that young. Choices. The choices that were made, baby. The choices that were made. Hold on one second. There it is.
Working out. Now that I saw the little snippet just before we got this thing, and I saw it working out, guess what, Stephen A? The Thunder, a Boost Mobile Bundle, WWE Royal Rumble. Lakers in 5.
Known for his appearances on ESPN's First Take, Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe right there, finding himself in the middle of a $50 million sex assault lawsuit. So now he's stepping away from his TV duties, but his case is what's trending in true crime. Attorneys filing the suit against the former NFL star earlier this week for a woman who's listed in court documents as Jane Doe. The suit accuses Sharpe of using physical force on her and inflicting emotional distress. The anonymous woman is claiming that her relationship with the 56-year-old started back in 2023 when she was 20 years old. The woman is represented by Tony Busby. That name sounds familiar? Well, it should. He's been known for having some legal battles with Jay-Z and Sean Combs, who Sharpe addressed in his statement on TikTok.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart.
This was his apology months ago. Fair use reaction clip. Let's continue. Please continue to hit the like button, you guys. Please continue to hit the subscribe button, and thank you. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
This is shaped out. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I will in myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup.
Now, attorney Tony Busby told CNN, quote, takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power, fame, and money. I look forward to pressing this case in court. Now, we're asking our power panel this morning, are these allegations brought against Sharpe a bad look or a preview into bad acts? Let's bring back in attorneys Kevin Brackett and Dave Ehrenberg, and welcome in entertainment commentator Holland Reed. Holland, let me begin with you. Your thoughts, please.
Oh boy, Julie, messy, petty, take down, shake down, whatever word you want to use. We see this in Hollywood and entertainment, especially in sports all the time. The thing is about Shannon, he is a direct shooter. He is very honest, and he does want the entire text message thread and the clips and the chats and everything released, and I understand why. But it doesn't make it less messy or nasty, and I think that things will come to light. But I think that it's going to be a really tricky situation if he was using his power and influence to, I guess, take away her autonomy or to force her into any.
So this was 2 months ago. This is them talking about it. Now the case has been settled. So I don't know if she was paid, because remember, what was it, last week or the week before, they were stating she allegedly didn't show up for court. Remember how there was reports that allegedly she didn't show up to court, and that there's like a halt to the case. Now there's been an agreement. And that might have been plot plan too. I'm not going to show up. I'm going to give them more time because they may try and pressure me. And now there's been, everyone feels there's been a settlement and an agreement made.
It's kind of sickening. It was really hard for me to even read and listen to the things that were being said, but he is a straight shooter. He is a truth teller. That's what he lives on. He stands on that in his business, and I'm hoping that the truth comes to light, and then it just is not as messy. It stops getting messy. It's very messy.
Right. Holland, you're right. Kevin Brackett, let me go to you next. Your thought.
Many people are looking at what happened with Shannon Sharpe. Many people are looking at what was going on with Diddy. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Please.
Well, Julie, these are the hardest cases. When we look back at what Jay-Z just had this same experience last month, and there were, at the start of the accusations against him. Anytime you have someone coming forward to make an accusation like this against somebody who is well-to-do and has a great deal of money, it always is going to be raised the possibility that this is just a money grab, and that's exactly what Mr. Sharpe seems to be doing here. It doesn't necessarily mean these aren't true. Rich people do bad things sometimes. So I applaud his calling for all of the evidence to come out. If there is more to the tape that is apparently out there, obviously you need to see the entire thing, and usually the rules of evidence in every state provide for that. If you're going to put a piece of evidence in, you can't just shave off a part of the video and put that forward. You've got to put the entire thing out there so that the judges of the fact have the context for it. So it is so hard to tell at this stage whether this is just a money grab or whether Mr. Sharpe really did.
Well, it seems as if she might be a millionaire now. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Do something bad, but there's obviously some issues here.
Right. And Kevin, you're right. A complete picture is what is necessary here. That says a lot. He's calling for it.
Go back and look up the case, because this morning I had to refresh my memory of what transpired. I think at one point she had told him to stop or no. Stop and no means no. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Dave Ehrenberg, last but not least on our power panel. Your thoughts, please.
Julie, that statement by Shannon Sharpe is for the court of public opinion only. It will never be allowed in court. His defense that Tony Buzbee, the lawyer here, is a racist and targets black men, that's not going to come into court, but he's trying to influence the court of public opinion. The problem for Shannon Sharpe is if other women come forward, just like in the Diddy situation, and corroborate the claim with something similar. And we now have reports that there is another ex-girlfriend who had filed a rape accusation against Shannon Sharpe a couple years prior. And so that's the kind of thing you want to avoid.
Told y'all there was other court cases. He should have learned from that court case, and he did not. So now sometimes you got to sit down because you didn't learn from the court case from 2 or 3 years ago. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
From his sake, from his camp. But right now, you're innocent until proven guilty. We don't know, as Kevin said, if this is just a shakedown. The evidence will continue to come out. But that's the thing he has to worry about the most, that the initial complaint here will engender more to come and give more people courage to speak out against a very powerful celebrity.
Sure. I love that point, Dave. And it made me wonder initially when I saw the lawyer that filed it, I had to wonder, did she see what's been in the news with Diddy and Jay-Z? How did she find Tony Buzbee? Really curious about that. And if that will affect her case one way or the other. As we know, he and Jay-Z got into it recently. Now, let's talk about another aspect of this. So Shannon Sharpe said he's going to temporarily take a break from his role on ESPN while this lawsuit plays out. His recent statement says, in part, quote, "I'll be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason." Now, Sharpe is most known for his television and social media appearances now, but before he found stardom on those platforms, he was a dominant tight end in the NFL for 14 seasons. Here's a little more on him. Played on 2 Super Bowl winning teams, voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011, retired as the NFL's all-time leader among tight ends in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. So our next question for our incredible power panel is, with so much to lose in the world of public perception.
Yes, definitely. We talk about having proof. We talk about filing police reports. We talk about going to the hospital. Proof is needed. And evidently there was proof. His voicemail messages did not help. When he said he was going to choke her, wasn't good. And he confirmed that it was him saying he was going to choke her. Not good. The voicemail messages and the text messages were very, very interesting. The court case that he had a year prior, he should have learned to sit his butt down and not do what he was doing in regards to this situation, and that it was going to come out. I mean, luckily he still has Nightcap. Will he go back on ESPN? We'll see.
Will Shannon Sharpe be able to rebound from the accusations? Holland, what do you...
It was kind of like a voicemail that they were talking, and it's like, hello, what's going on? Are you coming into town? And then she was kind of like, she had said something, and he was basically like, stop acting like that. Don't make me choke you. It was kind of like in a conversation, when I see you. And it's like a big black man choking out. It was, he kept saying it. He was being very rude on the phone conversation. So it was a voicemail she recorded of him saying those remarks.
You think?
So yeah, he messed up there. That's something I played, Paris, a while ago. Let me see. There was Night and Day did animations. Night and Day did the animations about him saying he was going to choke her out in public. His comments are concerning. So go back to Night and Day. They'll talk about what he said in regards to the choking. They'll talk about how Monique told him to get him an older woman. So yeah, there's videos out there. So it was her recording him, and she was like, "That's not good, Shannon. He should have learned his lesson." I don't know. Let me see. Let's let this play. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it in my shorts. It was so long ago. Like the videos, you guys, come in.
It doesn't matter what your accolades are. It doesn't matter what your title is, how many awards you have, how much money you have. If you are doing anything in the dark, it's going to come to light. And this is not the time to rely on your notoriety. This is the time to be truthful and, I guess, pay the price for your actions. And hopefully, hey, well, if he bounces back from this like many have, we've seen it happen time and time again. Power does that. But also, it's the time for accountability for those in power.
Right, Holland. Well said. Kevin, to you next, please.
Yeah, so much depends on how this thing plays out, Julie. If there's some stunning piece of evidence that shows her talking about, I'm just going to get some money out of him, this is going to be a bump and run. I saw what this Busby guy was doing with P. Diddy and Jay-Z, and I thought maybe this is my chance too. If there's something like that, then he comes out smelling like a rose. Obviously, if that video shows something terrible, there's no coming back from it. I think it looks like ESPN might be hedging its bets and trying to decide whether or not they want to risk having him stay on. So that's probably a calculated decision on their part as well as his.
Oh, that's a good point, Kevin. Thank you. Dave Ehrenberg, would you take us home? Your thoughts, please.
Well, videos are the worst thing for a situation like this. It's one thing to have an accusation, but if there's anything caught on tape, just ask Diddy. He was able to survive all those allegations over years until there was that video of him assaulting Cassie. Now, if any video like that comes out, in addition to the audio, that'll be a real problem for Shannon Sharpe. But if he's acquitted ultimately, then he'll be back on.
Hold on. I think I found it.
Tomorrow. You're coming to LA tomorrow?
That's the video.
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it.
Well, okay.
Well, what, Gabby?
Okay.
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public. Big black guy chose small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what they think you did to me. Well, what, Gabby?
So there's the video. Yeah,
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, she was a FO model. And allegedly, I'm hearing that she might not have known who he was. And maybe he liked that.
I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. I think white women are as great as any other.
That was some of the videos that was going on.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right.
I'm going to play this one over here. Hold on, because this is louder over here. So this is him speaking out.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who is targeting Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
So come to find out, he settled. Make a long story short. Okay, was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Okay, here we go. I wanted to quickly talk about this.
There's rumors that you're gonna come back and fight her. Everybody's talking about it, or in the boxing circle.
The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about this. That's all.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's gonna set this up. I know it.
Unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
I'll talk to Turkey tonight.
Do I look like I can fight again?
Yes, you do.
I think so.
There's rumors that you're gonna come back and.
So allegedly they have raised the 15 million. So we will see if Layla Ali responds. There's a video that Mrs. Shields is saying, I've got the 15 million. I would show the clip, but I don't want to get a strike. So we'll see if Mrs. Ali will respond and if she'll fight her. If you don't know, Mrs. Shields is now dating Papoose. Remember, Papoose was with Remy for years. Then there was a back and forth with Remy dating someone else. Now, allegedly, she's dating Papoose. Papoose is in the video. Mrs. Shields is in the video. The people that are raising the money did raise the money. There's a video out there in regards to her raising the money. We will see if Layla Ali really fights her or not. Yeah, so there's that. Let me see. Was there something else? Oops. No. Okay. Yeah, YouTube's funny. So that was where I wanted to stop. Okay, you guys, we did about an hour 22. Continue to hit the like button, you guys. Let's get the likes to 100. Continue to double tap the screen. We talked Trump. We talked Layla Ali. We talked Shannon Sharpe. We did a pretty good hour and 22 minutes. That's pretty good. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to cover. Oh, you think Layla still got it? Her arms look like they ain't no joke. Her daddy would get in that ring. So I don't know if Layla Ali has still been training. But they say she ain't no joke. 15 million? That's a lot of money. She's been retired for a while. I don't know. I wish I could show y'all that video of them talking about the check and them having the money. Because, of course, Mrs. Shields would want to fight the best. But even, I don't know. Do y'all think Layla Ali's going to take that and try? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've been wanting to cover it, but I've been so busy with certain things. Okay, you guys, I did do a lot of videos in regards to the weather. What was going on in the weather? There's been a lot going on. Time will tell. That's true. Time will tell. I want to say she posted about the check. Either it was today's Saturday. Today's not Friday. Yeah. Either she posted about the check either Thursday or Friday. Yeah, either she posted about the check Thursday or Friday. So we'll see if she responds. We'll see if she responds. Okay, everyone. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for helping us get to 40K. I don't know what the number was, Paris, the last time we talked. We're at 22.4 million. 22.4 million views for the page. Yep. So we've been getting it. Millions of views every month. Real talk. Thank you for saying awesome show. I appreciate you guys. Yay. Yeah. 40K. I'm so happy. So happy. I've been trying to hit that for a week. But there was times that I could have hit it like a week ago, but I didn't go live for a long time. So, yeah, Paris, I think the last time we talked, it was at 20 million. Now it's at 22.4 million. So I'm proud of myself. Yes, I am. So thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for supporting the channel. We did good. We did good. We did good. Yes, yes. So proud. I hope everyone has a great Saturday. I hope you enjoy your time with your friends and family. I'm glad I went live because, Paris, I was like, where's my girl at? But I be understanding. I be busy too. Yes, congratulations again. Thank you. I hope all is well with the fam. I hope you enjoyed everything regarding the wedding. I hope everyone that's dealing with this weather stuff is just interesting. The sky, the weather, the floods. A lot going on in the news. A lot going on in the news. So enjoy your weekends, you guys. Okay. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Focus on healthy, safe relationships, you guys. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Yes, have a great day, everyone. Appreciate you all for being here and being kind. Have a great weekend, you guys.